everyone, this is Kirsten with Hedge, Cottage. How are you? I'm well today, but we're in the UP. And it had been really hot for a while, and then it started to rain. So now it's humid. And then also we have a lot of these wildfire smoke that just kind of settles where we live. It makes the air thick, whether it's moisture, smoke. So I was almost on the verge of taking some allergy medicine, but I thought, what could I do instead? Pine. Pine is for respiratory and full of vitamin C. So if your allergies have kicked in or you have a little bit of a summer cold, pine is the solution. Pine is a tall, standing ally of regeneration, strength, and purification. As one of the few evergreen trees native to North America, it's a botanical constant, offering medicine and meaning in equal measure. The inner bark is good for decoctions and poultices. It's astringent, antimicrobial, and nutritive. So we're supposed to have some sort of storms later this afternoon, and it's going to cool down this week. Glad to hear that. But I'm heading to the woods. I'm going to get some pine in my jar and make some pine tea. Alright, so this is balsam. I don't want balsam today, even though I'm sure it has its own magic. I'm going to show you. Balsam is flat. See? It's flat. It makes wonderful balsam pillows. It's like cedar and mothballs in its own way. My grandma always had balsam pillows on her front porch. I mean, they were old when I was a little kid, and they just smelled so good. Balsam is wonderful, but it's not what we're looking for today. Do you see this? This is a spruce. Get one for you. It's not a pine because they're not flat, they come up. Some of the spruces go all the way around also. But it's not flat. But it smells good. But you know what? That's a pine. It used to be. That's a pine right there. And that's a pine, that's a pine, and there's a couple more out there. But the needles are way up there. So I'm looking for a short little pine tree. Oh my goodness, these are really good. This is a little tiny blue spruce. Can you see the little blue hue that it has about it? And see how the needles go all the way around the stem? That's a blue spruce. This is one of the trees that most people, when they go to buy a spruce tree, or they call it a pine tree, to put in their yard, this is most likely what you're getting. This is called princess pine. I remember years and years ago making wreaths out of this, but then it became protected probably on public land. I don't know if it is anymore or not. There's a birch tree. A maple tree right there. Here's a maple. The forest is just a wonderful place. I don't know if you can see, there's a little Jack in the Pulpit. Let's see if I can find it for you. Here it is. Here are the leaves. Here are the flowers that have gone to seed already, or going to seed. Such a beautiful little flower. And really close here is wintergreen. See, look, it's got little berries on it. And right behind me is a blueberry bush. Look at this. I didn't realize they were back here, or I would have been back here looking. Oh, there's one that, oh my gosh, it's green. It hasn't even turned blue. It is kind of late in the season for green blueberries. But there's a blueberry bush. These are the joys of foraging in your own woods. Of course, this little pine tree has decided that it wants to be in a mud puddle. I don't want to be in a mud puddle. But it grew here because there was shelter and moisture and stratification to make the pine nuts grow. But here it is. And I'll have to look it up. This has 5 needles in its little case. I don't know which pine that is off the top of my head. We learned that in like 5th grade. But it didn't stick. Sorry. And harvesting pine needles doesn't hurt the tree. If you harvest from too heavily from one spot, it might stunt the growth for a year, but it makes up for it the next year. I had a smaller jar at first, but then I thought, okay, I need room for pine needles and hot water. So I got the bigger jar. I'm not going to fill it all the way full, maybe 1/3 of the way full, gently press down. Mosquitoes have found me. Usually when I come to the woods, I'm wearing something different. Not a dress. So I've got probably a third of a jar if it's pressed down. I want to show you this up close a little bit more so you can see it. Oh, when I get in the house, I'll look up and see exactly what pine it is. It's probably a white pine because the trees are so tall. I don't know if you can see that pine or not. Right there. Right there. And it goes up. That's probably an 80-foot pine tree. There's another one. So I've been drinking this since yesterday. One of the glasses I put some lemon juice in, but it's fine just by itself. I did feel a little clearer this morning, my sinuses and everything, but I've been back outside and now I'm starting to stuff up again. That wildfire smoke is really hanging and lingering over our area. So I believe that this is very helpful. And I'm going to go back and get some more pine today and do it again. I might get a little bit more and make it a little bit stronger. It tastes fine, honestly, and I've always been a non-sweetened tea person, so this is perfect, but maybe medicinally, I'll make it a little stronger. So this is Kirsten with Hedge Cottage. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like, subscribe, sign up to my newsletter. That way you'll know when I have a blog post. Leave a comment. That would be awesome. I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day.